A huge difference once I started telling my brain exactly what we're not going to do instead of who we are. Everybody knows that your brain loves clarity and instructions. Your brain is quite literally an association machine that is always looking towards the outside for, some kind of identity, some kind of safety, familiarity, and that includes categorizing yourself, your identity, into a specific box, into a specific group, because it's just simpler for the brain. It reduces a lot of stimulation, and it makes sense why your brain would do that, especially if you felt like you were unsafe during childhood. Then you may find that your brain is going to naturally have you gravitate towards things that feel more familiar and safer, like in group settings, or even labeling yourself under a specific category inside a box, because that is what your brain has been trained to do in order to be kept safe. So when you want to break out of this box, want to break out of what you thought you had to be or who you thought you were, this is one of the big shifts that helped me in changing out of my old identity and stepping into my new one. And that is telling your brain, instead of saying I won't do this, make it identity based and say I am not somebody that. An example would be, instead of saying I am worthy, right? I am deserving of good things. Or instead of saying I won't go shopping today, say I am not somebody that overspends. I am not somebody that does something at the expense of my own well-being. I am not somebody that accepts less than what I know I deserve, and I know that I deserve a lot greater, better than what I had been experiencing. So once you start doing these things, you start to actually set the blueprint in your brain so that your brain can actually follow this pathway. Your brain loves instructions, therefore you are likely to flag disrespect early on. You're likely to flag these red flags a lot quicker, faster. When you tell your brain what you're not going to accept, your brain is going to flag that. That's because your brain is always going to put in the center of your focus that which you focus upon. And if you focus on what you don't want, then that is what you will flag early on. So maybe it's not that you aren't worthy enough or you don't believe you're good enough and deserving. Maybe it's just that you need to change the way that you are approaching yourself, approaching patterns and habits. And once you do that, you get to make it identity based and change your identity for the better.